Good morning. I know we have many visitors here this morning. One reason is we have 5 baptisms after Mass. So how many are visitors? All back there and over here. Now we also have 2 very special visitors. For the past 20 years, our parish has been going to Preston County, West Virginia to work with the elderly and those who are in need of home repairs and things of that sort. And for 20 years, we've been greeted by the Church of the Brethren at their camp called Camp Galilee. How many here have been down to the Appalachia thing? There's a bunch there, see, back there. And this is our 20th anniversary, right? 20 years. This year we'll have 100 and some going again. And we have with us today from the camp and from the Church of the Brethren, our friends Phyllis Marsh. Wave your hand. There's Phyllis and her sister Ruth. And they have always been there to welcome us. And so today, from the Church of the Brethren from the Catholics to you, we welcome you all. And we hope that you'll get to see some of the old faces of people that have been with us. So let's welcome them to us today. They work hard down there. They sit in the kitchen and drink coffee and talk to Linda, and they do work hard, so we welcome them. It's nice to have them here. Today in the Gospel, Jesus had died. Many people saw him die. And now all of a sudden, people were discontented. Now, how many in here have ever been disappointed? Right? And what happens when we get disappointed? When we get disappointed, we begin a downward spiral. We begin a process in which things begin to happen. So, first of all, we get disappointed and disillusioned, and then we become self-absorbed and self-pity, right? Oh, woe is us. Nobody understands us. Nobody can feel my pain, you see? Well, the fact is, there is no new kind of pain. It's all been done. Yours isn't any different than anyone else's. Pain is pain, and we all feel it. Well, that's what was happening with these 2 disciples, Clopas and his friend. They were going down the road, and they were griping. You know, we had put our trust in this guy, and now he's dead, and we're not going to get disappointed again, and how could we be so stupid, and why did we do all this? And they're going down the road basically whining, right? Now, no one in here ever whines, right? Anyone in here ever whine? I didn't think so. And so as they're going down the road whining, all of a sudden, this guy comes along. When we whine, we tend to get bitter. And when we tend to get bitter, we tend to get cynical. And so he says to them, hey guys, what are you 2 whining about? And they say, what? Are you the only one in Jerusalem that doesn't know what happened? Like, how dumb are you? You know, don't you read the paper? Didn't you listen to CNN this morning? There was no paper in Jerusalem. Okay, there was no CNN. At any rate, they get a little cynical with him. And so as they continue to walk, Jesus listens to their story. And then he tells them a story. And he shows how he fulfilled all the prophecies of the Old Testament. They're still not getting it. And finally it comes to supper time, and they say, well, why don't you just come in and stay the night since it's late? So they go in, and Jesus breaks the bread again, and all of a sudden the blinders come off their eyes. All of a sudden they see who this is. All of a sudden they put 2 and 2 together and finally come up with 4. Now in our own lives, that same thing happens. We tend to over-miraculize the Bible. some of these things aren't so much as miracles as they are providence. And so this very journey is our journey of faith. This very journey is what all of us go through. We too get doubtful. We too have moments where we wonder if Jesus is with us. We too have moments when we begin to doubt. We too have moments when we whine and gripe. We too have moments when we doubt. All of that is part of the sojourn, part of the journey of faith. Now, what happened is the disciples had what we call an aha moment. Now, you can live for many years and read the same scripture passage over and over again. And that scripture passage maybe doesn't touch you, it doesn't move you. But at some point, when your life experience changes, you read that scripture passage another time, and all of a sudden you say, aha, that's what that means, because it now touches your heart. And so that's exactly what was happening to these two disciples. I think they're having an aha moment. Okay, guys, it's my turn. Stop pinching those babies. It's easier just to tell me to be quiet and sit down. So these disciples have this aha moment, and in having this aha moment, their lives change. Christ comes to them. The same is true of our own life. If we go through life, Christ should come to us in the form of other people. Other people who show us the way, other people who teach us, other people who open our eyes to the wonders of the risen Christ. And we, in turn, need to be that Christ to others as they make their journey. Instead of encouraging them in their whining, do we give them the truth of the gospel? Instead of encouraging them in their self-deprecating behavior, do we give them the gospel through our words and through our lives? As you and I pray today, we walk the road to Emmaus. And in walking the road to Emmaus, we discover Christ. We look for those aha moments. And sometimes we, in fact, are the ones who bring Christ to others on their journeys. So as you and I pray today, as you and I do our best to make our journey, let us be aware that you and I will be Christ for others, and that others will be Christ for us. Walk in the Lord, look for the Lord, and as you make your journey, do not succumb to bitterness or to hopelessness, but rather know that just as the women said, the tomb is empty, and we have had a vision of angels. Jesus is risen. Life is changed. Let us walk the road to Emmaus. Be at peace.